It is Jillian Leslie, and I am host of the Blogger Genius podcast, and I'm super happy to be here on a Monday, a sunny Monday here in Austin, to talk to you about, not about whether Pinterest is really dead. I talked about that last time. Here we go. Talking about quick SEO wins. Okay, I went live with this podcast episode, and I will put a link to it in the recording in a comment. And I don't know if you've listened to this episode, but it is one of my most popular episodes. So you, my audience, loves SEO because who doesn't want free traffic? So I had my friend Paula Rollo back on the show. Gosh, I think this is probably her 6th appearance, and she's an SEO expert. And what is so great about Paula is she loves it. She loves SEO and she loves teaching it. And she loves teaching it to people who are intimidated, who don't really want to lean in to SEO, but they know they need to. And she's so good at communicating to them. So what we talked about were 5 quick SEO wins that you could go after easily. So I want to just walk through what these 5 SEO wins are to see if you can. I'm looking to see if I'm live in my group. So hold on one sec. Let's see if this is working, because I never know. Hold on. Let's see. Screw it. All right, we're just going to talk about it. So let's go through these 5 quick SEO wins and tell me which ones you're doing, which ones make sense for you, which ones you can lean into that can help you get free traffic from Google. Okay, the first one is to target small, long-tail keywords, because if you can win a bunch of small keywords, you can put them together and create traffic for yourself. So even though the keywords that you're targeting might have not a lot of traffic, put 10 together and boom, you've got a lot of traffic. So instead of going after big keywords, like crock pot breakfast or something like that, like you go after small keywords that maybe 200 people a month are searching for. And if you can write the best blog post for those keywords, you could win those keywords and start ranking. And what's good about this is if I can write content where I'm ranking for a bunch of related keywords, I can start to connect them together authentically using anchor text. So I give this example, flaky pie crust, and I have a recipe on my site for flaky pie crust. I can link to that using the words flaky pie crust, and then it links to flaky pie crust recipe, and then Google knows, oh, this anchor text is telling me what this is, and then it's linking to it, and it's just giving more data to Google. So you start identifying what are these small, long-tail keywords you could go after that you could connect together, because then Google starts to see you as an authority. And in fact, that's going to be tip number 2. But before that, I just want to say, have a strategy in mind and make sure you take that long-tail keyword and you type it into Google and you see what is already ranking. And then you look at that post, maybe look at the top 3 posts, maybe 5. And you say to yourself, how can I beat those posts? Maybe it's more information. Maybe it's like a better layout with some bullets. Maybe it's some FAQs. Whatever it is, try to beat the competition. Look at the competition, see what's ranking, and see if you can beat it. Okay, so the second tip was this idea of authority, which is Google wants you to be an authority on something so that you become their go-to person, so they know you're the person who knows a lot about this. Let's say you blog just about pet dog toys, right? Organic dog toys. Well, when somebody puts a search into Google on organic dog toys, You're the one that shows up. So instead of writing about organic dog toys and, crocheting, it's like, pick a lane and stick to it. So Google understands that when somebody's looking for organic dog toys, you're the person, and they're not confused because there are all these crocheting posts on your blogs. That is tip number 2. Tip number 3 is, yes, you can rank for big keywords, but again, you've got to have a strategy. You've got to be patient. You've got to start working on these smaller keywords that all kind of roll up into these larger keywords so that ultimately you can have like a page on your site for the bigger keyword that's linking to all of this connected content that makes sense. So definitely keep that big keyword top of mind so that you can work toward it, but know that it's a process. However, do Google that big keyword. And if you're going up against, if you look at the top search results and it's like Target and Walmart and Disney, I say no, abort, because you're never going to beat Target. You're never going to beat Disney. But there are probably big keywords that you could go after that maybe other bloggers are writing about or other smaller publishers. And again, go look at those posts, see what they're doing, and see how you could do it better. Maybe you could add a video. Maybe yours is more timely. Maybe you've got better photos. Think about maybe yours is just longer and you answer more questions. Go look at what those like frequently asked questions are when you put that keyword into Google. Scroll down, see what other people are asking, and answer those questions in your blog post. Google is serving up the information for you. Okay. Another tip is, this is a good one. Do not be working on your SEO strategy using Google Analytics. Use Google Search Console. So if you do not have Google Search Console installed on your site, do it today. And definitely have Google Analytics on your site. But most people have Google Analytics, but they might not have Google Search Console. And Paula had this great way of describing it. Google Analytics is your history, how your blog posts have done over time in the past. And Google Search Console is showing you what keywords you're ranking for and how you should think about your content going forward, what you should be targeting. Look at where you're already having success, even if it's just a little bit of success, and start building off of that rather than going backward. So Google Search Console, Paula would say, is much more of your friend when you're coming up with your SEO strategy than Google Analytics. And then the final tip is to start cleaning up your site. So if you have posts from when you first started, and again, remember, you post about organic dog toys, and you initially started as a crochet blogger, that's confusing to Google. So if you have posts about crocheting, and maybe they were personal posts about your family and your crocheting projects, you can either delete those posts or make them a it's not a no follow post, but you can tell Google not to de-index so that Google is not reading those posts as connected to your site. So just like for example, on Catch My Party, which is our first company, we did a ton of giveaways back in the day, and there are blog posts on Catch My Party that I've had to clean up that were like, hey, the winner today of today's giveaway is so-and-so. And it's like, that's irrelevant today, especially if it's a post from 2013. And so get rid of those posts. If it has no relevance, you can just delete it. So if there's a way to go back and easily clean up your blog, I recommend you do it. And Paula recommends you do it. So those are the 5 quick SEO wins. So I'm going to go through them again. First is go after long tail keywords. Just be smart about it. Type it into Google. See how it is. See what people are writing about and see if you can beat it. 2, be an authority. Go into your niche and write all about it and how much you know about it, and to come at it from different angles. But don't say, well, I'm bored of this, I'm now going to go over here, and hope that you can start building authority over here as well. Really stick to one lane. So that's the second. Third, you can rank for big keywords. Just make sure you've identified keywords that are kind of in your content wheelhouse. Like, again, you're not going up against Target, or think about the search intent, that somebody who is searching is not just looking for a product that, again, they can buy at Target, but is something where they need information, and you can provide that information. So yes, you can rank for big keywords, but it's going to take time, and it's going to take building out the foundational building blocks along the way. The next one is lean into Google Search Console for ideas for what to be blogging about. There's construction in my house. And also, the last one is see if there's stuff you can clean up. I might have to go. See if this stops. So loud. Oh, no. Still loud. Okay, there. Anyway, so just be thinking about this. This podcast episode people are loving. It's super popular. I'm going to put a link to it in the comments so you can listen and share with me what your biggest takeaway is. And then one last thing that I have to share. Paula is doing a workshop, and I'm going to put a link to it there, and I think it's $27, and you can find it at SEO Wins, WINS, milotreecart.com, and she's going to show you how to dig into Google Search Console to find keywords that you want to go after. And you can ask her all your SEO questions. She is my SEO expert, my go-to person, and she's a lot of people's go-to person. A lot of people use her as a go-to person. So again, you can find out more information about that. I'll put a link to that at SEO Wins. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let's see if I can do this easily. Oops. Let's see. Okay, here. I'm going to edit this to, watch this, Paula's SEO workshop is SEO Wins. SEO. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this works. Paula's workshop, SEO workshop is SEO, here we go, SEOwins.milotreecart.com. So definitely check that out. And I am having so much fun, like with Paula, I'm helping people set up paid workshops and memberships. I have a call now. I'm calling out to everybody. If you want to set up an easy membership, come talk to me. Now, most people are doing it this way. They are doing paid workshops using MiloTree Easy Payments. And remember, free to set up. You get all these free cool sales pages. And then they're taking their workshop and turning it into a membership, like a low stress membership. If you are ready, because you want to lean into creating products and you want to create a paid workshop, which I highly recommend you do, because you just sell your knowledge to your audience in little bite-sized chunks and people pay you for it. Definitely reach out to me at Jillian@milotree.com and I will help you set this up for free, because I'm learning along with you. So I'm like getting to kick the tires of my own product and seeing what's working really well, where people, are struggling, and then I can learn as we build out MiloTree Easy Payments. So MiloTree Easy Payments is for people who want to set up paid workshops, want to set up memberships, want to do coaching, and who want to sell digital download. So it's incredibly powerful. We're super excited about it. If you have any questions, just leave me a message about it. But I would love to set up a paid workshop with you so that I can help you make money and I can help you. This is the other piece that's really interesting. You can test out your idea. What I say is wait until you've gotten 2 people to pay you for your workshop before you build it, because it's only going to be an hour. And that way you get to test your ideas to go, is this a good idea or is this a good idea? What are people interested in? So that's the first thing that's great about it. Secondly, it's so much easier than you think because you're not creating a course or having to do a lot of video or a lot of prep work. And 3, and this is probably the most important thing, you are building your tribe. The people who love you, the people you connect with, the people you know individually, and you get to just, these become the ones who will go to bat for you and who you can help in a much more intimate way. I think it's really magical, to be honest. Okay, so that's what I want to share. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Monday. And I will be here again soon. And I'm going live with an episode this week about a woman who named Anina Bell, who has a really beautiful food blog called Le Chef's Wife. And what's so neat about her story is that she had all the pieces. She had the blog and the Instagram, and she knew kind of what to do. But it took her a while to figure out how to put the pieces together. And then she did figure out how to put the pieces together. But I think it is such an inspiring story. And if you are frustrated and feel like you're spinning your wheels, this is the episode for you. So that'll be going live Wednesday. So that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will pop in again soon. Okay,